What's going on, guys? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Digimon Ghost Game episode of recap and review. Today's episode is episode 2, and it is entitled The Mystery of the Museum. So, you remember last time we had our one of our main characters, but our main character Hiro met with Gammamon, he was instructed that Gammamon would be his little brother from a hologram of his father. And man, what an interesting task he has. But before we get to that task, I would like to ask you a small little task. Please give me a like, a comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, especially if you're new here. So let's go ahead and get right back into it. So we have a man. He's walking through the park at night. He's missed the last train home. And of course, if you've ever seen the first Digimon Adventure or Digimon Season 1, you're going to recognize this guy. He's easily wrapped up by Mummymon. I'm gonna say Mummymon. A homeless guy who's drinking sees this, and just the guy who's wrapped up is just like, "What have I done to you? I haven't done anything to you." He just carries him off. Now, since we see him already, it doesn't hurt for me just to show you a picture of Mummymon right there. Look at the mummy. Get out of there. Yeah. Yep. Mummymon, a giant mummy with a AK-47. Yep. But you know what? Since we're looking at him, I might as well go ahead and go into the Wikimon.net encyclopedia. Tell you a little bit about this guy, right? It's an undead Digimon whose whole body is wrapped in bandages in a manner of an Egyptian mummy. It is also known as the Necromancer due to its summoning and manipulation of the reluctant souls, that's residual data, of annihilated Digimon. What it is thinking is difficult to understand because of its tecturum and its facial expressions are concealed. That's kind of true, but you can tell because he gets that one eye gets down like that. You can tell when he's upset. Where am I at here? But it is dangerous. It is dangerous being that, if attacked, will brandish his weapon and completely beat down the opponent. And if cornered, it will start randomly firing its treasured gun, the obelisk. A signature move is coiling the bandages of both arms around the opponent like a snake. It's called snake bandage. Its special move is summoning ghosts to drive its opponents to a maddening death. This is called necrophobia. That's interesting. That little tidbit about the firing in the corner, because that actually happens in this. So let's get back into this. We are quickly greeted to the next morning. Hiro is awoken by Gammamon, who bites his foot. He just tells him that he's hungry, and Hiro sneaks downstairs, gives him a cheeseburger to eat. Hiro says, he's like, "I look terrible. I'm sleepy. I barely got any sleep." And he's trying to talk to Gammamon. He's saying, do you know where my dad is? And he's like, "What's a dad?" And he's like, he says his father's whole name, Hukoto. I'm not gonna try that one, but he's like, "Oh yeah." He says, "Okay, how do I get to the digital world? Like, how do you get there?" And he kind of points to the window. His window's broken, mind you. Remember, Clockmon just smashed right through it. It's covered by tape and a tarp. And he's like, "Man, I can't." He really isn't very helpful. But as soon as he's not eating the burger, he's still hungry. And he's like, "All right, I'll get you some more." And Hiro's a pretty intelligent young man. He says, "Wait a minute, can you open that door?" He's like, "Okay, I'll try it." Grows tiny wings, which is also adorable. Tiny wings. He flies over to the door and opens it. He's like, "Nope, I cannot leave you here." So he takes him with him to the grocery store. Um, Meanwhile, at this digital exhibit, this hologram exhibit for Egypt and mummies, getting all sorts of facts and whatnot, the crazy blog girl who I might have mistaken for one of our female protagonists of this trio that's supposed to come up. The crazy girl just talking about, "Oh, on my blog, people are telling me, there's a mummy going around attacking people late at night at the museum, and it moves around it's like a glitchy hologram, and she's at these mummified remains behind a case, which I don't think there's ever been a moment with that many mummified remains behind a case in the museum, but I digress. She's just kind of going blah, trying to get it to move. And one of her friends stays by while she walks off with another one. She sees Mummy Mon's eye and she freaks out, but maybe she thought she saw something, and they both leave. So, oops, I went ahead of myself on here. So, night comes, Mummy Mon, oh, not yet. So, we're going back to the street where Hiro has Gammamon in his backpack, and that he sees Chumon. You guys know Chumon, a little pink mouse. I actually showed him probably like 4 or 5 episodes ago with Digimon Adventure. Did not queue up his picture. I'm sorry, but little Chumon, he's a little rookie level Digimon. Mummymon is an ultimate level Digimon, mind you. Already episode 2, we go from champion to ultimate. This is the just hold on to your hats. So Chumon then jumps in the bushes. And while he's looking in the bushes with Gammamon, he's talking to Gammamon. There's 3 women. They think that he's talking to the bushes. And he's like, they can hear you. Let's just leave. And I'm sorry, but Gammamon is adorable. Like, he is so freaking adorable. While they're in the grocery store, he's trying to eat things. He has to convince people he's just a hologram and has to move out the way so people don't try to touch him. But he gets all this different food, and he's feeding Gammamon. Like, Gammamon even said when something was spicy, he would call it scary. And Hero's like, okay. He's taking note of how he speaks to understand his language. He's basically a baby almost, but just adorable. Man, this is a really good starting off Digimon. So he's feeding him in secret, but later, while one thing he does do before they leave the grocery store, he sees a magazine about mummies in the exhibit, and people talking about mummies coming out at night. He's able to quickly put together 2 and 2 since he's already seen the Digimon and that was part of an urban legend. He's like, okay, I see what's going on here. It's probably another Digimon. Gammamon really likes chocolate. And as he sleeps while Hiro is reading through the magazine, he wakes up, he's having a dream. He calls chocolate Psycho, which translated here, they say champion, which we all know champion is the English form of the second form of Digimon. But he's saying champion chocolate. It's pretty funny. Pretty cute. More cute than funny. So Hiro wants to investigate all this. Moimon strikes again at night. It's this young woman. The clarity for this animation, like we just see her name tag because she works in the company. The person's name is Asakura Megumi. Total character probably doesn't ever matter again after this episode, but that's a lot of detail to put in. I definitely appreciate that. If it's a callback to something, I don't know. Maybe if you guys know, it's a callback to a different anime. Who knows? But yeah, she's captured as well. She's screaming for her life, and he's like, "Don't worry, you're gonna get eternal life." He's wrapped up so many people. Like he's going into to underground subway tunnel. Looks like it's abandoned. There's people hanging from the walls. They're on the floor. They're all wrapped up. We even see the other guy because they let us see the inside of the wrapping. And he's like, "What have I done to you?" Everyone's screaming for help. People don't want to die. But his whole thing is just going to the abyss is the way to the eternal life. Oh boy. So next day, Hiro and Gammamon, they leave out while someone is fixing the window. And of course, his friend is out of the hospital. His friend hears and sees Gammamon. And he just has to play it off like it's a hologram. The senpai that we know is going to be one of the Digimon tamers of this series, he even says to Hiro, I gotta, you say eventually I gotta remember this guy's name. He says to Hiro, "Did you get tempered glass? Because there's a lot of stuff going on." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And it's strange, but he's looking back and forth after he leaves 2 of his Kohais. Kohais. I think he already can see or can sense Jellymon. She might already be messing with him, which is interesting. So, another thing to note, apparently curfew in the dorms is 11 o'clock. Hero's a very respectable young man, too. He says, "Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am." Goes to the museum, and another one of the greatest interactions As Gammamon thinks that a T-Rex hologram is a Digimon. He's like, oh no, that's just a dinosaur. He's like, man, he actually looks like a Digimon I know. Pretty sure he's referencing Greymon. I don't think there's a T-Rex mon. There's Alomon and Greymon, but I'm pretty sure he's talking about Greymon with those arms and those hands. So Hiro stays in the bathroom. Gammamon, of course, cutely wraps himself up like a mummy, wearing the toilet paper. And they're waiting to after hours just so he can have a look around, which actually goes off without a hitch. Now he can't get through the door because he has to put his hand on it. Gammamon eyes go all ones and zeros, and he's able to unlock the door. Hiro doesn't know this, does not notice this. I hope he notices this soon because your Digimon being able to unlock a door when you need to do some investigating, top notch stuff. I'm glad the Digimon have another role outside of eating, sleeping, and attacking. So now he's going through the mummy section that we saw the young ladies at earlier. Sorry, that's my Digimon. My Digimon wants to go to sleep. Ah, you guys are watching me put my Sakuyamon X to sleep. All right. Anyway, so Mummymon appears again, and Hiro has some questions. He says, "Do you know my dad?" Says his dad's name. Mm-mm. Do you know how you got here from the digital world? Doesn't know that either. He's like, dang. Mummymon then proceeds to attack them and wrap up Hiro. Right after Hiro sighs. So Gammamon's trying to take him on, but Mummymon wraps him up to the wall, throws two of his looks like Ankh spikes, that kind of looks like two spikes that you put in for ceremonial wrapping, puts him against the wall, carries Hiro out of there. Gammamon is just kicking and screaming, can't even get off the wall. So he's taking him back to the lair, and people are just all crying out. He's saying the same jazz he's saying before: eternal life, you'll get better. Saying you'll get better, you'll feel better. And Hiro's kind of taking all this in. He's just listening to the words he's saying. He says patient. He says eternal. What do you say? Resurrection, eternal abyss, things like that. And there are some people where these digital spots are popping up on it. It sounds like they're close to death. Don't know how long he's been taking people, but man, some people are about to. Some of these people are about to kill over. So, Gammamon, of course, uses Gammamon's teeth to bite himself free out of the wrapping, and he's able to find them. Probably, he probably has a good nose. Sniffs around, finds them down there, attacks and frees Hiro, and this is starting to put Mom into a frenzy. Hiro is trying his best to reason with him, saying, "Hey, are you a doctor? Because if you think that this is how you get humans better, that's not how this works." And he's not listening to him. He's like, "I don't have an ear for you. I've already seen how it works because he's been at the museum. He's Mummymon, been at the Mummy Museum. He sees how people are fixed and how they get eternal life and resurrection." Well, since it's not working, just like the encyclopedia said, he starts blasting everywhere. And some of the people are freaking out, some of them aren't, but he starts blasting everywhere. They're taking cover. He's like, we gotta go deal with this. Gammamon is being steadily shot down as Hiro's trying his best to communicate with Mummymon. Mummimon's just not having. Again, this is an ultimate level Digimon. We've skipped several steps here. Mummymon is able to wrap up Hiro. He's starting to drag him, and Gammamon starts saying the different words. Like for salmon, he says shiny. He says a lot of the different names he associates with food. And Hiro recognizes, he says Psycheo. He's saying, champion for chocolate. He's like, yeah, we still have a lot more. I have a lot more stuff I want to feed you. A lot of other stuff I want you to try. We can eat more together. And Gammamon is trying to claw his way forward. Meanwhile, that little vital bracelet, the yellow meter, you can almost miss it because the yellow on there is too. It blends in too much with the white. They got to do a different color for that, even if it is mimicking the actual device. It starts to fill up, and he's associating his feelings with food, which is I get it since he's a kid, since he's a child. I understand where this is coming from. So he's saying we're gonna eat more, and I'm going to save Hiro. Then we get the evolution sequence. The evolution sequence just shows both of them together. Then Gammamon digivolve into Betel. Betel Gammamon. I don't know if it's supposed to be Battle Gammamon, but it's Betel Gammamon. Screen was pretty nice looking. Screen doesn't really work when the human protagonist is wrapped up, but I'll forgive it because it actually looked really cool. Let me show you the Betel Gammamon. Actually, I would like to see the Japanese on that. Yeah, Betel Gammamon. So here's the official artwork by Mr. Kinji Matsuda. Official artwork. Let's get this is the him in the opening. See, Betel Gammamon, and then here's him at the episode. Now that was really cool. I remember seeing that first picture of this guy and thinking, nah, he doesn't really look all that cool. He looked kind of weird, especially the initial showing him with the scarf. Doesn't look good. In animation, he looks better. He is a fool. He's a weird triceratops because he has the three horns on his head, so he's kind of like an oni, and he has a regular beak. Really nice opening evolution. So since we know he's gonna get 3 to 4 different champion evolutions, but yeah, really good. He's using fire, and the fire breaks through the flames that are connecting to Hiro. But what Hiro sees in digital, he can see it. It says "sword shot." Hiro stands up and tells him "sword shot," and he does the flaming technique that burns the wrappings that Mummymon has hanging all around him. Doesn't beat him. It doesn't beat him, but it gives Hiro a chance to talk to him. He says, "Hey, your treatment is wrong. Humans don't resurrect. We don't, once humans die, they die. This is not how you treat them." And he kind of gets through to him once, I guess. Once you get a strong attack in your face, someone's willing to listen. He kind of breaks down a little bit. Um, very very cool thing that the human said the attack and the Digimon did the attack. I like that. The battle saved. Everyone is freed. I don't know if Hiro did some of the freeing, but people are freed. They're all walking out. Some people are carrying other people out, and now they're conversing. He says, and of course, Gammamon is hungry after the evolution. That makes sense, given the type of device he has. That makes sense. So he is telling telling Mummymon, look, there's several really great hospitals in the city. Why don't you go there and see how people are treated? And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna start over from the basics. He tells him, but don't get caught. Don't get caught watching, right? Because then you don't need mummy. A mummy is walking around the hospital. Uh, as they're on their way walking home, I'm guessing he's not too late after curfew. He spots a giant bunny Digimon hopping behind a girl. The girl is, of course, our protagonist, and if you've been paying attention to any of the posters or anything, you know that this guy is her partner. He's probably thinking, oh man, I'm probably going to have to save this girl from this Digimon. Very, very interesting stuff. But this is where our episode ends. The next episode is called Scribbles. I'm looking forward to seeing how this young lady fits in with this Digimon. Especially episode 3. Usually in these shows, they give you partner Digimon, person partner with a Digimon, and then the next, we get how many characters that is, then we get people evolving and whatnot. So this is taking a different type of pace. I was overall entertained. I am glad that they didn't BS and have a champion beat an ultimate like right away because he was having a hard time fighting Mummymon, and I greatly appreciate that. I I'm okay with how he resolved this conflict by talking. So it shows that we're gonna get more than just battle destroy the Digimon, battle destroy, or battle we're hurt run, get a power up and attack. I can appreciate that. Um, Form isn't bad. I like it. Doesn't look bad at all. I I I I can see how they're trying to make the show different than Digimon Adventure reboot. I can definitely appreciate that. It's reminding me of Data Squad. I don't know if that's actually the name of it in Japanese, but Digimon Data Squad. Or no, Digimon Next is the manga, but Digimon Data Squad. It's reminding me of that. Too bad, people don't know they're around, but some people know they are. I can appreciate that, and I can see they're trying to do something different. It's reminding me of that and Cross Wars, Hunters Who Left Through Time. It's kind of a mixture of that. I just I'm hoping they finally get to a Digimon was like, we can't reason with this guy. I don't know if Hero's gonna start collecting, like having more Digimon in his vital bracelet that can go off and do things. He obviously has an ally in Mummymon who will probably be able to heal Gammamon or himself when he's hurt. So interesting. And we're getting, I almost checked off one last thing, we're getting more human interaction with the Digimon, meaning he says the attack name, he does the attack. The Battle Gatomon does the attack. I appreciate that. That was one of the coolest things that happened. Oh, look, that is Battle Gatomon right there running. I can, that's one of the things I greatly appreciate from Digimon Adventure Reboot. Having our chosen ones fight side by side with Digimon. Now, yeah, he can't necessarily, run and attack with him. This isn't, Daisuke slash Marcus. He's not going to punch the Digimon, but I can appreciate him saying the move and then the Digimon doing the move. Good job. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 because I am very surprised by how they handled the conflict. I do hope he learns how to use his device to scan the Digimon, say, that's what level they are, that's who they are. I appreciate him being a smart protagonist. It's something about the senpai's scariness, like how him being freaked out and scared of everything. It's something about that isn't overtly cowardly that I like. I'm hoping to see how more of his personality develops as he has this Digimon partner and as they go off and solve these ghost games. So please tell me what you thought of the episode. Leave me a comment. I actually really do want to know what people think of these last two episodes. I'm going to, as I did with Digimon Adventure. Now, see, I'm not bored yet because it's just started. I'm going to see how long it takes for this to build up. If I haven't seen, if I haven't seen all of these people together with their partners by episode, I'll give it episode 6. So I'll give it 4 weeks. I haven't seen them all together. I'm going to start questioning some things here and there and hope that we are not copying other monster shows. I can definitely appreciate this show for trying to do something different, though. So, as always, give me a like, hit me up in that comment section. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say. Hit that subscribe button if you have not, and if you have, hit the notification bell. Let you know when I do more videos like this. We do these every single week, and I drop them on Sundays. As always, share the video so other people can see what a great time we're having with our reviews, and they can join in on the conversation. As always, I deeply appreciate every last one of you. Please be good, be blessed, wash your hands, wear your mask, be safe out there. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way, don't be a jerk. And I will definitely, most definitely, see you next time.